Okay, so making sacrifices. So when I started my business 18 months ago, I didn't have any spare time. So I didn't used to sit there in the evening and think, oh, I've got 3 hours every single night where I'm doing nothing. How can I fill it? I had no spare time at all. So I'd be taking my daughter to school and back, doing the preschool run. My other daughter was in hospital a lot. She had a lot of appointments. I was cleaning the house, getting things done, and just about trying to keep on top of things. And even then, I still don't think I was actually keeping on top of things. There was things that were just going all over the place. So, excuse me. So when I started this business, like most people when they start any business, there comes a level of sacrifices that you have to make, okay? So you have to find something to sacrifice to use that time to build your business, regardless as to what the business is. So my business is obviously in health, wellness and beauty, and the majority of what I need to do and what most people need to do is give up some time to learn about the products in my business. So that my business is all based on word of mouth recommendations. So to be able to recommend and give that word of mouth, I had to know about the products that I was recommending. So I needed to make some sacrifices. And so what I did, I preferred not to sacrifice a lot of time with my family and my children. My 2 daughters are very little and I love spending time with them. And children, in my opinion, are only little for a very short amount of time. And although there was some level of sacrifice with, maybe a couple of nights a week, I wouldn't be able to put them to bed, but my husband did. There was some level of that. I preferred not to make them my first sacrifice, okay? So my first sacrifices that I made actually came down to my friends. And I do have the loveliest friends in the world. I'm so grateful for them. We still have a group of friends, and we'd organise meeting up every single week. So we'd meet every Thursday night, called it Ladies' Night. And I loved it, and at that time I had nothing else to do anyway, so that was what I did on my Thursday night, which was great. I loved it. We'd meet with my friends, 3 hours would pass, and then I'd come home, and then we'd have coffee mornings. I'd be talking to my friends on WhatsApp every single day, so a good chunk, probably like 10 to 20 hours a week was spent on me talking with my friends, whether it was through WhatsApp, text, phone calls, meeting up, and that was brilliant. That absolutely was. And when I started this business, because I wasn't working 40 hours a week at the time, I did say to them, I have started a business and it is going to be like me working now. So I said to them, imagine that, I've got a job at Morrison's shelf stacking. I'm not going to be on my phone as much for you guys, although you might see me on my phone because I am running an online business and most of my marketing is going to be done online. So you might still see me online. However, I am working. So when I'm talking to people about products and things, I am working my online business. And some of them were so understanding, particularly one of my best friends, Angela, who trained to be a nurse, and she's absolutely phenomenal. She's incredible at what she does, and she actually inspired me a lot. She was so understanding, and she said, Danny, I completely understand. If you went to go and work 40 hours a week at Morrison's or wherever, I know that you wouldn't be on your phone able to socialise on WhatsApp with us, meeting us every Thursday night, and meeting us for coffee morning. She was really understanding, and most of my friends were as well. So those are the sacrifices I had to make. So that 10 to 20 hours a week where I was just socialising with my friends had to come right down. And now I speak to my friends, if not once a week, it's every fortnight, just checking in, chatting how they are, blah, 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 blah. And this can be a really hard decision for a lot of people when you make those sacrifices. And that's led on as well. I don't go out with my husband as much. Well, I do now. Now my business is built. But back then, we used to have one night a week together. So it was usually Saturday night a week together where we'd cook each other a meal and we'd have like that couple time. And he was one of the sacrifices that I made as well. And he was so understanding. He really supported and understood this. Me saying to him, for me to have much more free time and for us to have this financial security and for me to build this business, I need to put my time into it. So he understood when on a Saturday night I'd be out talking to somebody, doing a workshop, or even at home just studying the products, learning more about this business, reading a book, listening to a training, anything like that, which was me putting my time and effort into building my business bigger than what it was. So in the beginning, we do have to make these sacrifices, and it can feel like we're the only person in the world making these sacrifices, particularly when people don't understand, when they don't understand that we need to fit in 10 to 20 hours a week or however many hours a week we want to build our business into building our business, especially when they see us on social media, but they don't seem to make the connection that we are on social media, but that our business is online. So we're building our business online, and we need to really focus on that. We can't be chit-chatting and just getting mixed up in all of our newsfeed with all that that's going on. And again, if they see us on WhatsApp, they might not grasp that we're on WhatsApp because we're talking to our team and we're spending that time building our team, working with our team, answering their questions. They might think, well, you're on WhatsApp, why can't you talk to us? But as long as you explain that to your friends and your family, whoever it is that's having to be your sacrifice, if you explain to them, right, I am building this business, it is going to take me a couple of years to build this business and to know these products inside out, to know this industry inside out, and to build me as a brand, you need to think about this as though I've just bought a shop in town for £200,000 and I need to make this business, people to love the brand that I'm building and to want to shop in it. But the difference is that shop in town, that franchise that I've bought, is online. So I am dedicating 10 to 20 hours a week, obviously whatever hours you dedicate to your business, tell them that this is how many hours a week I'm dedicating to my business. And if you see that I'm on WhatsApp or social media, it is because I'm working on my business. Now, I'm doing this because, and then tell them why. So for me, I said because I want my husband to not work 7 days a week. He's getting ill, worse and worse from working 7 days a week. He doesn't now, thanks to building this business, but this is then. And I want to see my children more than what I already do. I want to be with my daughter every single time she goes into hospital. I want to be able to pay my bills and not stress that I can't do that. So when you explain this to your family and friends and tell them how serious you are about making this business work for you and what sacrifices you're going to have to make, and tell them that you are so grateful that they understand, and that once you've achieved that level of business, so there's only 4 levels in our business, and I said once I get to the 3rd level, I've got a well-established business. It took me 11 months to get there. I said it's going to enable me to have much more free time. I'm going to be able to do so much more, and that has been the case. And now I'm working on the 4th level, but the beginning to get to the 3rd level took a lot more time and effort than what it is now. So it does enable you to have more free time, and it's just making those short-term sacrifices for that long-term gain. So if you are making some sacrifices, it's okay, that's normal, that's what we all have to do. To some level, we have to make some sacrifices. So my advice is to write down everything that you spend your hours doing in the week. Work out what's your top priority, so what you cannot not sacrifice. So school runs, work if you have a job, things that your children do, so like school plays and things like that. So cross off what you are absolutely not willing to sacrifice, and then I would then circle things that you will sacrifice if you absolutely have to, but you would sooner not, and then see what's left. And what's left, you need to speak to those people that involves and make sure they understand why you're building this business and what it means for you and what it means for your future. And you might even want to say something to them. Like for me, I said to my friends, once I get to this level and my business is built, I'm going to take us all out on a spa trip as a massive thank you for your understanding. Things like that. Or for my children, I said to them, Mummy's working really hard on level 1 or level 2. I've always given them an incentive. So when we worked on level 2, which was the area manager level, and I said to them level 2, so they understood it. I said, when Mummy is working on level 2, and we're going to go on holiday. And they were like, yay! And I said, so what that means is, I said, Mummy has a shop, but my shop's on my phone. They were like, okay, because they're only 3 and 5, so this is their understanding. I said, my shop's on my phone. So when I'm working on my phone, that means people are buying these Arbonne products from my shop on my phone. I was like, do you understand? And they said, yeah. And I said, these products are healthy products. So when people buy these products from Mummy's shop on my phone, they've got their phone and they're buying them from my shop on my phone. That means that they're going to be using them in their house. How lucky are they to be using these healthy products like what we get to use? And they know how good these products are because they use them themselves, and they've stopped suffering with eczema. So they've seen firsthand that they would be screaming in pain, scratching, that we've switched to these products and they don't have that irritation, that scratchiness anymore. The same with a lot of other issues that they've seen change in our family. They've seen that. So they know these products are great products. So when I say to them, other people are going to get to be able to use these products from Mummy's shop, isn't that exciting? They're like, yay! They'll say like, oh, you need the hand cream because your hands need some cream, and they start to get it. And they'll say to me, how many points, Mummy, until we hit level 2? And I'll tell them, so I'll say, oh, we've got 10 more to go, which is 10,000, but they obviously don't understand that. So I'll say 8 more to go, 9 more to go, and I break it into the thousands. And so they really, really get involved. And now we're going for level 4. they know that when we hit level 4, which is 180 points, that's what I've told them, but to us that's 180,000 to go into qual, but I've told them it's 180 points, and so they know how when I break that down, how many is left. So when we get to level 4, we're going to Disneyland. So, you know, give them some sort of incentive so that when you say to them at night time, Mummy's not going to be able to read your bedtime story tonight, so Nanny's doing it or Daddy's doing it or whoever's doing it, say to them, because Mummy's working on level 4, remember, or whatever level it is, and say, working really hard so that we can have that holiday, so that they really understand the sacrifice that you're making is going to be beneficial to them, okay? I really hope that helps, and please do not feel that you're the only person in the world making sacrifices, because I promise you you're not. Every single person that I know that is a district manager, an area manager, an RVP or an MVP has made sacrifices. They absolutely have done. Your choice is to choose which sacrifices you make to build this business. So good luck, and I'm absolutely rooting for you all.